Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, the Honorable Adjudicator. My name is Muhammad Afif Amanullah. I come from the first speaker from the closing opposition. We know that in the history of human life, there are many development has reached by the humankind. For example, in the various aspects, economic, social, education, communication, maybe it provide that many things that make our life more easier. For example, we can compare with the oldest period. That if we do conversation with another people and so far away with us, it spend much time to do a communication to texting them and now we can compare. We just only using this one smartphone and basic on the internet, we can reach their information for we can communication with us. It's proof that how important the internet for our life. Ladies and gentlemen, when the internet has reached, we no worry spend much time, spend much money to bring a book, to bug of to search information. We use only internet. We can explore every information and in the internet. We can search information that we need. It's the proof that how important how the internet important for life. We live with born with the internet. We grow with the internet and we live the internet. Ladies and gentlemen. Our motion today is this house believe the internet access should be limited by the human right. Let me give you reason why I refuse this motion. In my speech, I'm gonna talk to kind. The first is about the principle. In democracy system, we can, which mean democracy system, all people, we can do everything that we want, except you don't do the people's right. Imagine we can the internet access has limit by the government. We just access this information. The government block this information and many things. But it will reduce the democracy value, democracy system. It will begins us to totalitarianism system. What the totalitarianism system is? Totalitarianism system is the condition when the government say A, our citizens should do A. The government should be the citizens should do B. It's the called by totalitarianism system. But it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous for us. We know that a democracy system, it will give more space for the intellectualism people, intelligence people, for express their thinking, which means the idea for the solution or the public's pollution. But when this system, totalitarianism system, maybe they just easily cast dalil or argument that, oh, this is for stability, this is for security, the war of this hoax. Maybe they can using dalil that for the limited for the information. And then the people cannot express their mind on the internet. This is ever happened. For example, in the Papua at the 2016, it happened when the general election, the people cannot access the internet. It will impact for the public service has stopped, healthy service cannot be reached, and another service based on the internet cannot be working. It's very terrible if the internet has limited. The secondly is we talk about the human right principle. United Nations organization have done research about the human right, and the part of the result about the researching is the mention that giving limited to the internet access is a violation of the international law. Chapter 19, Universality of the Human Right, mention that the limited of the freedom access is only catch you and only on a part. First is the protect the reputation, secondly national security, the third is the public order, the first is the morality. But if we compare with the Papua, there's no debate there's no correlation with this the four kinds. And then the internet give a chance almost all of the people around the world to give their expression. If the government limit this information, it break out the constitution, because our constitution the constitution regulate this one. And the secondly, this current life condition. Let's talk about the internet citizen. According to data's survey hotSite 2020, mentioned that internet citizen in the world have 4.4 1.66 billion people. So what the mean of this? It means almost half of the people's world's population are already using the internet. It has give many benefit for us. When the internet access has been limited because the human right should be back to the purba condition, all this condition, live without the internet, live without technology, especially this is a pandemic aspect. If the internet will be limited, it will give to impact. The first is the intelligence condition. Perhaps I should mention the Professor Magdi Susona said that our nation condition currently not be educated but be fooled because the sensitive information has been taboo and being mythic from the information that not struck, let's say about the Indonesian dub. When the government block this information in Indonesian dub access in the end Indonesia, and they will say to media, oh, Indonesia will be fine, Indonesia will be okay. There will be no discussion about our condition, and at the end of the day, there's no idea or no solution be coming from the citizen because they don't know about this information, this condition. Or maybe the government block a sensitive information, let's say about communism, Marxist, or LGBT, which is the sensitive information. Sensitive information. If the government block this access, people gonna wondering what is the LGBT, what is the communism, Marxist is the danger. People will be wondering on this, why it's them dangerous. At the currently condition, the government make this information is taboo because not giving a space for the citizen criticalism this information. And secondly, we are gonna talk about the economic impact we are now. Our currently life, many people work basic on the internet. For example, security service, influencer, YouTube, Gojek, Grab, and many things. The job on the internet has very promised. If the government giving access to the limited, it will track the people who depends their life on the internet. We know that we live in disruption era, which means the internet of our life has based on the internet. It shows how important the internet in our human existence. And the last, I'm gonna say that I'm for the first speaker. I'm totally refused with this motion, and I'm proud to be refused.